I can't even start talking about it without wanting to cry. Happy tears though, like in a good way. It was just so lovely. One of my top favorite romance books, for sure the second best romance book I have read so far this year. I want to read all her books now. She just released a new book. Who wants to get it for me? Who wants to get it for me as a little gift? I'll love you forever. Hello beautiful people, how are you guys? This is the Lis Talks Books series, and in this video I'm going to talk about the books that I read in April. I was excited. I'm so excited. I read some good books and I found my second favorite romance book so far this year. This video is going to start off with me in a whole different look because a whole different fit, everything, because I did film the first 5 books a different day. I had to return it back to the library, so I had to film them. And let me tell you guys a funny story. Well, I think I mentioned this, so I'm not gonna talk about it. Stay tuned. So I had to film that before I returned the books, and I did get some new books which I am going to talk about after I talk about those. I don't want to go straight into these because I started off the video already, so this is just like a quick little intro. So y'all gonna see me talk about the first 5 books, and then I'm gonna talk about the last 2. Stay till the end because I am going to show you guys what romance book I'm in love with that I totally recommend, and I just can't even start talking about it. What's up my beautiful peeps, welcome back to my canal. Don't forget to like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and follow me on social media. Make sure to go follow Lis Talks Books on TikTok. So I'm gonna show you guys 4 of the books that I have read for the month of April. Oh my god, you guys, I left the house and I realized, fuck, I didn't even start filming the video for the books that I've read for April, because you know how I'm doing one every month now, showing you guys what books I read and kind of talking a little bit about them. And I was like, dude, I'm on my way to the library to freaking turn in the books and get some new ones. Well, I filmed for TikTok and I filmed some other stuff that I had to do, but I didn't film this one, and I want to show you guys the physical copy, not just tell you guys, you know. So I literally went back. Why? Because I love you guys and I want to show you guys the books. I just had to do it. I had to do it. So let me show you guys these books real quick. I read Pretty Girls. You guys, this one was crazy. This one was some psycho crazy stuff. I was like, what the hell? I knew it was gonna be thrilling or something, but I did not expect this. This shit was wild. It was kind of like the Chain one, something similar but worse. It was interesting but just too crazy for me. Like, I don't mind reading books like this here and there, but it's just not my preference, because I'm just like, dude, like what the fuck is this? Like, what am I reading? Another one was The 7 Wives of Evelyn Hugo. This one was interesting. I saw on TikTok how it was really good, and my cousin recommended it to me too, and it was at the library, so I got it. But I feel like it was all right. I don't know, I kind of saw everything coming and it just gave it all. The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo talks about the husbands. I didn't expect of who the love of her life was, but then once you did know, you're just like, okay, like this is gonna go like this and like this. It was very, nothing too surprising, you know what I'm saying? So it was alright. I mean, I think it's a little bit overhyped. A lot of people say it's really good, but can't go wrong with romance. When in Rome, I guess you can read this one before Practice Makes Perfect. It's because it's not a series, and I didn't read it like that. I read this one after Practice Makes Perfect. Still, I was very interested in this one because it was cute, you know. Like, I don't mind it if it kind of goes backwards. Yeah, the story goes on, but it's not like a series, you know what I'm saying? It's different characters. It's not the same characters, if that makes sense. I didn't mind it. I really loved it. Love on the Brain. This one was so cute as well. Allie Hazelwood's books seem to be very academia. I honestly still love Theoretically More. I love that one, but I really want to read The Love Hypothesis. It said it's really good. I really enjoyed this one. It was cute. Nothing like Love Theoretically. I love that one. But dude, Practice Makes Perfect. I just love that one. It was so cute. I love how Sarah Adams, it doesn't have to be steamy, you know, and the whole sexual stuff and just too much detail. Like, I like it nice and simple, you know what I'm saying? But I don't need like 2-3 pages full of it. Like, we get it. That's just me. That's my preference. I'm so excited what books I'm gonna get at the library next. I'm currently parked outside of the library. Dude, I should have made a list of what the fuck. And now I have to go on TikTok and see what. We'll see. Okay, let's go. yo. So I just realized that I filmed only the first 4 books that I read, because those were the 4 books that I had to return to the library, and I didn't film about Travis. Travis is the 5th book that I read. Shout out my cousin. She was so kind enough to get me this one because she saw how there's a 3rd book coming out after this one. So it's Archer's Voice, Travis, and then the 3rd one is going to be about Buchanan, Gage Buchanan. And I was like, dude, there's a 3rd one. I didn't even know there was a 2nd one. She was like, yeah, dude, I totally forgot to tell you about it. And she already read it, but she said that she still liked Archer's Voice better, which I did too. I really like this one though. I thought it was really cute. It's a romance. I liked how it didn't focus too much on the romance part. Yeah, like they were romantic and they liked each other and stuff like that. Focused on them individually, on how they grew. You know, it wasn't so much like that relationship tension, you know, on them just wanting to be together and wanting to be together. It started off very much as a friendship. I totally recommend this one. I really liked Archer's Voice, so if you read Archer's Voice, you need to read this one, and then you're going to have to read the 3rd one, which I'm really excited about because this one mentioned Gage, not even on the first one. It doesn't really focus on Gage, so it's like we don't know him as much like that. We don't know much about him personally to see where it can go. We know a little bit, but not a lot. It was a little trifling at first. It's just because something happened, and I thought he wasn't going to really, you know, fuck with Haven because of something that happened, but he really didn't care. He was like, what's up, girl? Or you know what? I don't know if the 3rd one is out already. I feel like I saw TikTok about it, but I'm not sure. So in total, I read 7 books. I just finished talking about the first 5, and this is the last 2. 7 books in April. That's not bad. I thought I had to read more, but I was working on some other stuff, you know what I'm saying? And maybe I'll read more next month. Who the fuck knows? The 6th book that I read was The Kissing Game. And why did I get this one? Honestly, because it just called my name. I don't know, it was red and it just seemed interesting, so I got it. This one was all right. There was no heartbreak. It was just very nice and simple, so I like that. At first I wasn't really into it, and I was just like, bro, what the fuck did I get myself into? But the more I read, the more it was getting interesting. I don't want to give it away, but it's not really much giving it away. It's a German guy, just like the way he talked, like instead of saying yeah, he'll say ja. And I could just like picture it in my mind, and I just picture this big, tall, handsome German fella. She describes him as her Viking. Literally imagine this Viking. It just made me want to read a book, a romance book about a Viking. Which book was it? It was Practice Makes Perfect, where Annie is a reader and she was so into romance books about pirates. And after reading that one too, I wanted to read a book about pirates, like a romance book. This one was cool. This one was alright. It was like an I don't know, I just feel like the characters, it was a teenage vibe. They weren't teenagers, they were grown adults, but it was, I don't know why they gave me teenage vibes. And it was a little bit too spicy for me, just for my liking. Once it started getting spicy, it was like, okay, like it just went on, and I was like, all right, bro, like we get it, I get it. There wasn't much like to it, you know. It was just like a simple story. I mean, there was like this issue, but I don't want to give it away because then I'll probably give out the whole book away. You guys, the 7th book that I read, oh my god, it had me from the beginning to the end, and it had me at the end. Let me tell you, Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. You guys, I love this book. I totally recommend it. You guys are going to love it. I totally got her vibes from this book. She just recently released a new book which has great reviews, and I've seen a couple reviews on that book and on other books, and I guess she just really talks about some real life shit, you know. In this one, she included trauma, anxiety. It's very realistic. It's not just, oh, you know, happy this and that, like relationships. Like there's shit behind each individual, what they carry with them and how they go about it, overcoming that. You guys, I loved it. Towards the end, dude, it had me. I could not stop stop sobbing. I would literally have to take breaks because I couldn't even see the letters. Like, it was just blurry because of all the tears in my eyes. And I was like, yo, it wasn't a happy way. Nothing dramatic happened. There wasn't no heartbreak. It was just because of what they were carrying with them. Trauma, anxiety, and just, you know, their mental health. It was just so beautiful, you guys. I totally recommend this one. I want to read all her books now. I am just such a fan. I just really liked how it went about. It was very much like, you thought it was gonna be like all Jacob, like he was the one with the issue or something like that, but it was actually, it kind of like switched, like it did a whole 360. I thought it was gonna be him, he was, but then it was her, and it was just, woo! You guys have to read it. And then the epilogue, I was like, dude, 10 out of 10, a honey out of a honey. Honestly, I just love I love romance books, and it just brings me peace. It puts me like in this happy place, you guys, and that's why I love reading now. It's self-care, it's self-love, very much like I'm reading to like my inner child. You know how parents be reading to together, whatever. Nobody ever read to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm comforting her. It's comforting for me, and I'm telling you, it puts me in this good mood, in this great mood. And even though it might make me cry or whatever, I don't know, I feel like in a way I release, and it gets you thinking out about stuff in like a positive way. You know, at least for me, no negative, especially romance books. Even with the heartbreak ones or whatever, I still look at it like, you know, you still had a chance to love another individual. It gets me into like those thoughts, especially like if there's an argument. That's where I'm like, dude, like, see, communication is key. It gets me thinking like that. I don't know about you guys. How does it have you thinking? How does it have you feeling? But who is gifting me her new book? Who wants to give me a gift? Who's trying to give me an early B-Day gift? Who's trying to be my new bestie? And honestly, like, this is just me, you know. I did recently start reading this year, but it's just like this thing I feel like that I was missing. I wouldn't really scroll like that on social media, but you know, sometimes I would catch myself, and instead of being on social media, I'm reading, or with any other thing. I mean, I never really watch TV, so... but still, I be reading, and it's something where I like to invest my time and energy into. It's just very calming. It's very peaceful. It's fun to me, and that's why I started sharing this with you guys. I want to give you guys recommendations. I want to talk to you guys about it. I want to connect with other readers as well. That's why I started the Lis Talks Books series here on YouTube, and I do have a TikTok account specifically for Lis Talks Books, where I be talking about books because I really want to engage with you guys. I get recommendations off of TikTok, and I want to recommend them to you guys. Just review them to you guys if it's a hit or a miss, if it's a eh, or if it's a this one, like, y'all need to read this romance book. Like, it lights up my soul, and it's going to light up your soul. I feel like, especially with romance books, if you're very like negative about romance, or just, you know, negative in general, it will light up your soul. It'll make you feel good, and it will just bring you peace, clarity, especially in your mind. Like, it's good for your mind. So I suggest you guys get into reading. Honestly, when I started, it was like no ending. The first book I read was Verity this year, and I thought it was gonna take super long, like 2 weeks or something to read. It took me 4 or 5 days, and the most that a book has taken me is probably 5-6 days. I read a book 400 pages in 1 day. Instead of investing time and energy watching TV, being on your phone, pick up a book and read a couple pages. Start off with a couple pages, set a goal, start off with 10 pages a day, then 20 pages, then 30 pages. And it doesn't have to be like romance books, thriller books, or whatever. That's why I'm going to health books, because I also want to learn from reading. I want some knowledge, especially about health. That's something that has very much interested me. I want to learn more. It's something positive. Instead of going out, like, yo, I be in now, I'm in reading a book. Do not disturb me. Do not, I mean, nobody calls me or texts me or anything like that. I have no friends. The characters be my friends, you guys. I need some tea. I make a tea, get my book, and it's like a whole vibe. Y'all know I'm all about spending time alone. I feel like this is really spending time with me. It's something fun that I find fun. You might not find it fun, and I would love to find other people who find reading fun. They just want to get together and just read a book. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck gossiping, talking about this show, that show, this movie, watching a movie. Like, let's just get together and read in silence, in peace. having some fruit, drinking a juice, having some tea, especially if we're reading the same book, like then talking about it. Oh my god, you guys. And that's the thing too, why I want to talk about these books. Start a conversation down in the comments. So comment down a little something if you have read these books or what books you recommend, especially on TikTok, because on TikTok, you know, it's just like more people actually comment and stuff like that. My cousin recommends me books. She lets me borrow her books, or I read a book and I'm like, dude, you have to read this one. We haven't read a book at the same time. If I read it and then she reads it, like then we talk about it, you know. If she reads it and then I read it and then we talk about it, I'm texting her like, dude, this happened, that happened. It's a different perspective, two very different perspectives, and I love seeing different perspectives. I love seeing what other people think about it. How did you take this? You know, what did you learn from it? How do you feel? How do you think about it? You know, I'm just all about that. So I hope that we can just grow this Lis Talks Books community. I am so excited to just engage with more readers, talk to more readers, to read some more books, to see what you think about them. Recommend me some books. Let me know if you read a book that I recommended. When I got these at the library, I got 2 other books, but they're health books. Let me tell you guys why I got these health books. Well, actually, no, I should talk about it in the next video. But because I'm reading these, what are we in, May? Yeah, I mean, this is pretty much it. Let me close out the video. You know, I'm not saying to read, but actually do things that make you happy. Do things that are fun for you. You gotta try out new things. I honestly never thought I was gonna be a reader like this. It's so calming and it's so fun. So you want to do stuff that's fun for you, that you like to do, not what other people are doing. Don't follow other people. They want to do what they want to do. They want to do what they want to do, but you do what you want to do. You gotta love and accept your true self. Do things that light up your soul, and you want to surround yourself with positivity. I appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget to like this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on social media. Comment down below any book recommendations, what you guys love to read, if you have read any of these books, and make sure to go follow these reading vibes on TikTok, Lis Talks Books. The link is down in the description box. I love you guys, and I hope that you guys actually start reading, you guys, because this is so fun. It's a great way to spend some time alone and just clear your mind, to be honest. Talk to you guys in the next vlog, and in the next tutorial, and the next Lis Talks Books series video. Peace. I need to return these to the library.